Good evening, Rich.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. My name is Rich Merkouris, Bramer Drive in Sioux Falls. I'm a pastor here in town, nonprofit leader, and a volunteer at the Sioux Empire Law Enforcement Chaplain Program. I don't share that tonight to get any special favor. I share that because I believe I bring a unique perspective this evening. I'm here to ask three things of you this evening. First, I'm here, I feel like I might get shot in the back tonight because I'm actually in favor of moving the public input to the back of the meeting. I believe, I've done a lot of research over the last week, St. Paul, Mankato, Rochester, Bellevue, Nebraska, you can just search all over. Public input is all over the map. Sometimes it's at the beginning, sometimes it's at the end. But I'd like to share three things with you quickly. First, this is not a ramrod project. Councilor Selberg, thank you for bringing this forward. Councilor Staley, thank you for rounding up and gathering the troops to give input. We had a first reading. We have a second reading this evening. We've had a lot of public input. The government process is working. What a concept. I so appreciated last week, right before everybody voted, everybody gave their reasons for why they were voting. They could have came in here and sat and said nothing and just voted head on. So I appreciate that perspective. Secondly, this is not a constitutional crisis. Whether we move public input to the back, the middle, or the front, this is not edging on someone's freedom of speech. Again, go around the country, the meetings are all over the place. Just want to remind us, the principle is free speech, but there's a variety of processes to get there, and we should be respectful that when we're on a different idea of a process, that's not breaking a principle. And sometimes I think we're yelling about the process like it's a principle, but we have to remember there's a difference between process and principle. Thirdly, this isn't about public input. Let's deal with the elephant in the room. This is about a transparent and responsive government. Listening to public input last week, the example was given of someone who came and explained that their neighbor had 24 chickens in their backyard. Thankfully, the next day, Mark Cotter got a hold of him and there was action on it. The City Council should not be responding the morning after about 24 chickens. The City Council should be asking the question, why does someone need to come to City Council to get action when there's 24 chickens in someone else's backyard? The issue is when we have transparency and responsiveness in government, that's the issue. We fix that, a lot of this public input problem is going to go away. So this evening I'm asking three things of you. One, I'm asking this, and Mayor, you can prepare to gavel me because I am going to curse. I'm asking you to compromise. I'm asking that there be a unanimous vote this evening, a unanimous vote to remove moving the public input to the back. Secondly, I'm asking that there be a unanimous vote for the compromise to leave public input at the beginning. Why? Because this city needs unity in order to tackle big problems. A divided council can clear streets, a divided council can fix potholes, but a divided council cannot fix our drug problem. A divided council cannot raise people that are in poverty out of poverty. We need 75 to 80 to 90 to 100% pushing in the exact same direction. And so this evening, I believe we should extend grace to one another. Has there been some mistakes? Yes. But what if we said, you know what? Let's overlook those mistakes. Let's compromise and unite around this so that we can move forward and tackle bigger issues. If the transparency and the responsiveness does not get fixed in the TenHaken administration, I'll tell you right now, full disclosure, I am a major advocate and proponent of Mayor TenHaken and Chief of Staff Beck. I believe the city is blessed. I will be the first at their door, the first in their email inbox, the first on their cell phone, if the transparency and the responsiveness does not change. Let's deal with the root issue, though, and not fight about this. Let us compromise. I will close with this in my last 45 seconds. This is not about the rich versus the poor. This is not about the white versus the black. It's being brought up that this is going to benefit the rich developer or the ordinary citizen. Absolutely not. Tonight we should say to the rich developer, thank you for investing $40 million in our community, because their phone is ringing off the hook by other cities that want that $40 million. Tonight we should say, hey, thank you, selfdacola.com, for the way that you engage in our community. I don't always agree, but thank you for your time. We should say thank you to both parties and seek to bring both parties together. Every Thursday night at 10:30, I walk Pettigrew Heights, trying to find people, meet them, and see what I can do. About 5 weeks ago, I posted a picture on Facebook of a broken door. The next morning, I had 5 phone calls. Of those 5 phone calls, 2 were rich developers, 3 were ordinary citizens. Who was there with me on Friday night fixing the door? A rich developer. I would ask that tonight we would compromise, and that tonight we would unite as rich and poor for the good of the city. Thank you.
Rich, thank you so much. Appreciate those words.